ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Attacking Third. Dude, that was bad. That was real bad. Coming off of what you did against New York, and you just
Austin, I got a simple question for you.
here
Who
comes.
in the hell was playing in the Philadelphia uniform on yesterday? Who was it? Because it wasn't us. It wasn't the Philadelphia Union.
It really wasn't.
What the hell was that?
That was not good.
Against Toronto.
A team that hadn't won in 14 matches.
What the hell? Is it just a Philly thing where Philadelphia just plays down to their opponents?
Apparently,
because it didn't even look like we played down. It just we were just playing off, and it was from top. Well, I gotta say, Carranza did okay, but it was just down the line, man. It was awful passing, awful clearing. The defense. I mean, they scored the first goal because Glesnes made a mistake. When's the last time you heard me say that?
I don't think in the history of this show ever.
Like this is, I don't know what I watched, man. But what did you see? Because I don't even know.
This very much the same. This was not Philadelphia Union soccer. This was not what this team is capable of. It is not what they should have done going into this match against Toronto. Like I said, a team that hadn't won in 14 matches, I believe the number was. Just a team that a Toronto FC side that literally this was their new general manager's first match, and he was up in the press box. It wasn't even field side. It was still the guy that was technically the interim at the time. So just it at the beginning of the match, we definitely had them reeling a little bit. Like I guess
we came out aggressively. We came out strong.
Came out very aggressively, and then they made one minor change, and the entire tide of the match turned. And that was in the 5th minute. It took 5 minutes for them to be like, nope, this is not going to work. Let's go ahead and go back to what we were going to do originally. And it just became pure dominance. And for Philadelphia to not adjust at all, and more than anything, Gus, you're going to be happy to hear me say this. Why the hell do you start Bedoya?
Listen, and I know I've heard this, and I hope Jose's listening. I'll pull an Undertaker again, but in no way, shape, or form, in no world, should Flock and Bedoya be starting at the same time.
No,
should not happen. But
maybe 2 years
listen,
ago,
I'm gonna say this till I'm blue in the face, but Bedoya should not be playing more than 30 minutes. I'll give him a half. Yeah, but he really should be coming in at around 60, 65. That's when he should be coming in. Unless we're losing and we need to actually score. But this is absolutely unbelievable. I don't know why Jim did what he did in terms of lineup. I mean, Flock ended up, leaving early just because of the injury, which I want to talk to you about because I don't know if it was his injury more so than Jim was like, I made a mistake and I'm going to use this injury as a chance to get him out of the game.
I feel like it was a bit of both, honestly. Just Jim realizing that, probably not the best move to start these guys, and the fact they were probably already a little hurt from before, to just have a reason to be able to pull them off of it in an injury designation. Probably, I mean, I guess you could say it's the best way to try and save face in that spot, I would think, but still overall, just not a good showing from Philadelphia.
And listen, I guess everyone's allowed to have bad games, but this is just a collective. I feel like there was a lot of mistakes that we could have avoided just off the start.
I totally agree.
I think Carranza had a okay game. Had a good game. Gazdag, did he play? Yes,
I didn't notice.
Okay, even Wagner got beat.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Bernard. What's his name?
Bernardeschi?
Yeah, Bernardeschi completely just shattered Wagner like all over the place. I don't
Ate
know
him
what I
up
was
all
watching,
game
dude.
long.
It was unbelievable.
It was not good.
It's
It
not
was really
something
not
I'm
good.
used to. It's not something that uh I mean, I don't know. Maybe they all had. Maybe this was the one day where everybody just played awful. I don't know. It was just it wasn't a complete turnaround from the previous game. Um, and I'm the games like this, when you have games like this against opponents like Toronto, it gets me a little worried because before last week when we were talking about the show, and that was I think that was before the DC game, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was before the DC game. And we were talking about how the Union still had a shot at the Shield. These kind of games kind of bank me out. Like, and I am the MLS is just so frustrating to watch at times. And I'm watching the game and I'm like, dude, the first touch is oh my god, the short pass. Like, where are you passing it to? Like, what? Your vision is gone. Like, it's just so frustrating.
Really was.
And more times than not, the Union are usually pretty pretty good at it. And it was a very frustrating game to watch. Like I said, completely turned around from what we saw against DC. But I mean I don't where we go from here. I hope we still have a shot. We're definitely I think we're still definitely. I mean we're definitely making the playoffs. But
yeah, but this definitely is not
in terms
great
of Shield and all. I'm not as sure. Put it this way, I'm not as sure as I was last week.
Yeah, same. This was not a very good performance at all, and it makes you really wonder what a lot of the decision-making process was going into this match, especially for the 11.
Even Blake, when's the last time you remember the Union taking so many goals in a short span? Really, it's been 3 games.
Yeah, it's been a long time since anything.
I don't remember.
Happened to us. Yeah,
I hope that Messi didn't mess Blake up because that
seriously that if that's what it takes, if that's like his like Carter Hart moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like how the playoffs during COVID, like his confidence was ruined, and it ruined him for like a whole year and a half before he started to see form again. Like, I really hope that's not what's happening, because that would be terrible. Because if Blake's not playing well, Bednick's your backup, and Bednick's not. I'm not saying Bednick is
think
terrible.
That's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. He's maybe we just had bad games. Our defense wasn't all that great. Glesnes and Elliott, they're usually pretty solid. And it just wasn't that great. A lot of mistakes in the back, a lot of mistakes, down the sideline. Like I said, Wagner was getting burned left and right. And Bernardeschi can only use his left. So you know where he's going.
Yeah.
How is he beating you? He doesn't use his right at all. Like, I don't know if you actually watch him. He can't.
Yeah,
he doesn't do anything with his right. It's all left.
Yeah, I was making notice of that throughout the match.
So you're a lefty, bro. Like,
Yeah, like you're allowing this man to do exactly what you try and do all the time. And honestly, flip it to the other side of the field there, on the opposite side of Bernardeschi, Insigne was tearing our back line apart too.
Insigne is always grabbed. Players like that. I mean, he hasn't had a good season per se, but still Lorenzo Insigne. It's not. He may be a little bit older, but he can still hurt you at any moment. I mean, for some reason, he loves Philadelphia. He has 4 goals in the season. 50% of them are with against Philly. So, and I know that's not a big sample size, but still,
yeah.
He doesn't need to play at a higher level, because all he needs is an opportunity, which he got from a mistake that doesn't usually happen.
Yeah, really doesn't. And like we've been saying, it was very uncharacteristic for how they usually play, even on the road. In general, it's not how we've usually played. We usually only lose like 1-0, 2-1. Having be a 3-1 result is definitely really tough.
It's very, very uncharacteristic of the Union. I like I said when we started the show. Like I don't know what I watched. I really don't. And it's not like we didn't have opportunities. I mean, we were able to get 17 shots off, right? I mean, and the problem is only 2 of them were on target.
Yeah,
only 2.
Yep.
You know, they won the possession battle. They won the possession battle, but Philadelphia, we don't need the ball to win, so that's okay.
Yeah.
But pass accuracy, I'm actually surprised. We were at 81%. I'm surprised at that number. I thought it was a lot lower.
It's definitely a staggering number, just from looking at the game from my standpoint of like I really felt like they were not passing well. Like I felt like
I didn't think so either.
Communication was off for a good portion of that second half too. Like
I thought we gave the ball back way too much. It wasn't only one person. It wasn't only the Glesnes goal. It was Martinez was doing it a whole bunch. Like Flach did it when he was, the short time he was on the field. I'm not going to say anything about McGlynn because I liked him. I like him better than Flach in there. So I'm not going to do that. But it was just it gets so frustrating sometimes just watching. I'm like, my God, dude! Like, why are you making that pass? You know, there's somebody there.
Yeah,
it's like that quarterback they throws into double coverage when you know that it's not that fast. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was watching that game with my cousin, and I literally was just sitting there. I'm like, we're gonna lose to Toronto, and Toronto is not great this year, and it's very disappointing.
Yeah, and just the way they hit you, it wasn't even one person. Like they ate in multiple people.
Yeah, everyone got theirs, man. Even Kerr was really in the second half was starting to get some better looks. And then he finally got one to go in. Like it was just he was
going to get hit. He was looking for it from the beginning, and he actually had a really good game. In retrospect of the whole thing, but Kerr had a good game. And I like him. He's like a poor man's. Well, not now because he's not that good anymore, I guess. But he's like a younger Lukaku, dude.
Yeah, it was not a good match at all. It was.
He's big. He's big. Yeah. He'll get you. He'll body you, and he's for how big he is.
Yeah, Kerr was very aggressive the entire night. Once that shift was made, and you could just tell that he was bound to finally get one in this match. And when he did, it was a really well placed run by him to beat Bizo, who was sort of flat footed as that ball was coming in, and he just managed to get that really good head on it. And it was all the credit in the world to Toronto because that was a very good match for them overall. They definitely needed a win because the fact they hadn't seen one in 14 matches. So to have it come at our expense is what hurts the most, though.
Yeah, it does. It does. And like I said, it wasn't only one person. Glesnes made a mistake at first. Even Wagner kind of gave up a goal because I don't know if he tripped or he tried to get the ball on his way down, but he kind of slowed himself down, which gave him the opportunity to just go right up Blake and score the goal there. Yep. It was nothing that we did went right. Essentially, even the goal that we scored was really of a mistake from their goalie.
Yeah.
So when you see it, I mean it's clear as day that we send the ball up, and Romero touches it right to Carranza, and then he just taps it in. And even this is how you know you're having a bad game altogether. Even the tap wasn't hit well.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
I don't understand how that happens. Just tap it in. I don't get it. It's I don't know. Games like that, I have all the faith in the world. I really do because I do think that we can get it done. but we need to clean some stuff up. And this is hey, what's up, Jose? We were just talking about your man Bedoya. You missed it. We need to clean it up. We really do. This is not gonna. It's not gonna work going forward. If we want to make any kind of noise, if we want to get anywhere that we want to get to, this is not it. And this is definitely not the lineup.
Yeah, definitely not. And the frustration, I was actually just about to get there, Pat. The frustration definitely showed in the tail end of that match with Jesus Bueno getting that red card at the end. It did everything. The frustration of the team finally boiled over and happened to be in the form of Jesus Bueno.
And that really sucks. I mean, because first of all, to me, slap in the face that he's not starting. Why?
Yeah. Yep.
Why are you not starting Bueno when he's? You saw what he did in the Leagues Cup. You saw the kind of jump he had in terms of fit, if anything, right?
Yeah.
Why are you not starting him?
Yeah, I don't understand it. With how well he played in Leagues Cup the entire time, to not have him be in the starting 11 in this match.
It's so frustrating, man.
It really is.
I
now that I've seen Bueno play this well, I understand your frustrations with Bedoya because it's a totally different style that the Union play when Bueno's out there.
The point of all this is to give yourself the best opportunity to win, right?
Yep.
You cannot tell me that Ale Bedoya is your best opportunity to win. It's just not going to happen. I love Bedoya. I love what he did for the team. I love what he brings to the table, his community. I love it. This is great. You're not doing that in the field, my guy, not anymore. It's time, dude. It's time. You know your role. Come in when we're already up in the 65th, 70th minute and do your job. That's it. It's okay. People get older. That's what happens.
Yeah, it's fine to have to come in and do a job. Pat would know something about that. It's a fun wrestling term for you.
I just thought you was talking about because he's just standing at his regular job at Panda all the time. So
that's a fair point. I see Pat in the background just shaking his head like, yeah, it makes sense.
It's not even here. We're making fun of him. Unbelievable.
No, yeah, it was just you could just tell from once that shift was made by Toronto that the entire game was just thrown off for Philadelphia. It was really tough to have to deal with. And you hope that this doesn't transition into the game over the weekend that we have coming up against New York Red Bull on Sunday, I believe it is.
But
so
not
it's
even just not only Red Bull, like this is just gonna weigh in your mind, right? Because who do we have after Red Bull?
Yeah.
Right? Who do we have after Red Bull?
Who was it?
Cincy. We have Cincy coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? We can't play. Are you kidding me? They're gonna score 7 on us. Easy.
Oh yeah, if we come out playing like that, they'll tear us apart.
They're playing crazy, and I'm telling you, if Cincinnati wins something before Philadelphia, dude,
What the?
no, that cannot happen. Cannot happen. It would be insane. Just because of how hard we've worked and Jim doing what he's doing this last couple of years, we're taking us pretty far, developing all these players, and Cincy obviously has done a great job, right? So for them to just kind of bypass us, because we were next, freaking Gareth Bale, man, we were next, we were next.
We really were. And Pat saying Cincinnati, Charlotte, and LA all coming up after New York. So it's
going to be a rough road.
It's go. If you wanted to find a point where it was time to start really getting going, this is that stretch.
But then again, we're a different team when we play against better teams, though. That's the part that I don't understand. Yeah. It's you cannot play down to your opponent right now. You just can't. You want to fight for the shield. You can't play down to opponents. When Toronto has lost or hasn't won in 14 matches, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. They still have Lorenzo Insigne in there, right? I mean, Ocasio got you with a goal. it couldn't happen. We just didn't. We didn't execute. That's bottom line. And I didn't get a chance to hear any comments from Jim, but I will. I mean, if you did, enlighten me, because I mean, I would love to hear his explanation.
I honestly, I was so disappointed that I didn't really catch much of it. I would assume he was clearly very disappointed in the way the team came out and played. It was just overall, just in general, it was just a very bad match, and it makes sense for for him to have the disappointment that he has in this team right now with how they came out and played against Toronto, and going into the stretch of games that you have coming up and being in the tail end of the season, you need to be getting points, and to be dropping them to lower competition is not how you're going to be getting into better playoff position or even into the playoffs if other teams are playing better than you are right now. It's not the way that it can go. And you really hope, like I said, you really hope this team can, pick it up and, be ready to go this weekend to play against Red Bull, go and get 3 points going into this stretch of games where you're hoping to at least get, 3 total in this next stretch after New York is not going to be great. But if you can get, I feel like if you can get at least 5, you might be okay. But not in the best possible position.
I was counting on 3 yesterday.
Yeah. That's the problem. So we were counting on that yesterday, and we did not get it.
No, we did not. And to my surprise, really, because I didn't think that we would come out looking like that. I mean, there are times where we're not ready. Like we've had games where we just came out, we weren't ready, or we come out at the half and like we're just waking up again, where they kind of get us for like a goal or whatever after the half. But then we come back. We never came back. Like it was just we started off really well, opportunities, and then we just never came back. We just kind of stayed right there. And we can't do that. We can't do it going forward. I'll tell you what. I most of the time I'm a pretty positive guy in terms of that stuff. I'm excited to see how we come out against Red Bull, one, and then how do we face Cincy? Like what Philadelphia Union team is going to face Cincy and say, I can beat you?
Yeah, one of the main things that Curtin said is when you go on the road, regardless of the team's record where you're going to play, you have to be clinical, you have to be professional, you have to be sharp, you have to be deliberate. And the way they played against Toronto, he said, and I quote, "We were none of that." So it's definitely, like we've been saying, it was uncharacteristic of Philadelphia with how we are known to be able to play, and it's honestly, with the way Philadelphia sports have been recently, kind of par for the course because the fact that we were playing against a lower competition with how bad Toronto has been this season. So, I mean, I don't know. I really, again, the main thing that I'm trying to do is just focus on New York on Sunday and just, try and put this match out of my head and just move on to the next one like I hope the team is doing.
You have to. You have to. New York's coming. I know it's not NYFC. It's still a New York team, and they're coming, and they're looking for a W, man. Just like Toronto was. So what are you going to do to get ready? Like why? Bueno got the red card. So do you finally just start McGlynn and now Bedoya? I guess because Bueno got the red card.
I mean, it's probably what you're going to have to do. I feel like it makes the most sense, because the fact that I would assume now Bueno's on a warning for potential suspension, or if he's not already suspended for the fact that he got the red.
Well, he should be, right?
Yeah, because I mean, it was originally a yellow, and then VAR upgraded to a red. So I don't know how the rule. I guess the rule would still be the same for just getting a straight red because the fact that it was turned into.
It should be.
Yeah, I would assume it is. So you're not going to have Bueno.
That's
And
what's funny, that's where the age kind of shows, right?
yep,
Because I get it, you're frustrated, the team's beating you, beating the hell out of you, but you can't do that, man. When you at in the same token that I said that he should be starting, like if you won that start, you can't be doing this.
yeah, seriously can't.
We can't trust you, right? And he doesn't do this often. So I'm not saying that that's going to be him. I hope this was very much the equivalent of a rookie mistake, right?
Yeah.
And it's not beneficial to him, to his position, to the rotation. It's just not beneficial for anyone. Just because we have to now rely on Bedoya to go 60, 70 minutes, right?
Probably a full 90, honestly.
And it's just like we've seen it time and time again. That is not the best soccer that the Union can play. And it may be okay against the Red Bull, but it damn sure ain't going to be okay against Cincy. Not going to happen.
Not at all.
Not going to happen.
And you think if you do decide that you need Bedoya out, who's next up for mid at that point? Joaquin Torres?
I don't know how we'll put Torres out that far, because he's so small, dude.
Yeah, I know. Like,
it's quick, but he's so small. No, I would. It's gonna have to be Bedoya. Like it's.
Yeah, you probably end up having to go a full 90.
I hope not.
Gosh, I hope not.
I hope not.
I did kind of want to circle back to this because Pat brought it up, saying that Carranza was the only one ready to go last night. Again, just circling back to what you said, the contact that he got on that ball was not good contact.
But listen, the ball went in. That's really all we could ask, right?
But you look at the chances that you had early on. You had a chance to have them pretty much feeling beat early, but within the first 5 minutes of that match, you have them. If you can convert on those two half chances that you had, it's a totally different story.
We went for the takedown and they countered it. That's exactly what happened. We went for the takedown to get it. Listen, to get a goal right before the half ends, to tie it up. That momentum is on your side.
Mm-hmm.
So when you come out, you play with that momentum on your side. We didn't.
Definitely.
It's like during halftime, we called them up and we said, "Yo, listen, no, we got this, but you guys can have it."
Yeah, I mean, Toronto had going into that match, they were, if I remember correctly, they had the 5th least goals scored, and I think tied for like 18th most goals against or something like that.
You're not making me feel any kind of better.
Like, it was just statistically, Toronto was meant to lose this game, like up and down the board, and you just flatten out like a sheet of paper and just let them walk.
Yep. It's a shame. It's 3 points that we needed because we did need it. So 3 points that we needed. I really don't know if we're gonna actually get him back. I hope we do. I don't know if we will. We'll see. A tie against Cincy would be good for me at the moment. I just don't know. Like, looking at them play and how we play, how we've been playing, I don't know if honestly, I don't know if we win that match. I'm staying hopeful. I just, the evidence in front of me, it's not the best. If we work on a couple things, and this is something I really wanted to talk to you about because I want to see if you notice too. The corners.
The execution inside of the box coming off of the corner being
not only it sometimes it's the corners themselves. Like, for some reason they ran out of gas and then they don't even make it to the middle of the box.
Yeah, some of the ones that Wagner was hitting last night were kind of like low runner. A lot of them were low runners to the near post.
Yeah, that's not a prepared play because there's not one Union player around the ball. You hit it all down towards the first pole. That's exactly where they go. Like you can tell when you're tired.
Yeah, that's not exhaustion. That was just poor on-field decisions.
What did Pat say? Can you put that up again?
How do you go from playing so well on Saturday and then fall asleep at the wheel last night?
That's a Philadelphia special, Pat. You should know better than most.
Yeah.
Because it's not only the Union.
It's really not.
The Phillies do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The Flyers just suck. I'm not going to talk about the Flyers, but we do it all the time. We play down the teams, dude, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a geographical thing where it's just Philly, right? I don't know if it's just the way the demeanor of the city. Like I have no idea, but we always do, and we might not mean to. It just kind of happens. But it's frustrating because then you have players like Lorenzo, where like one mistake, dude, dead. So now what can we do, right? I say, first of all, we got to get in the lab and work on these corners, man. We have 2 6'4" plus mountain of men, right, that are taller than anybody in Toronto. Insignia literally came to Glesnes' nipple, dude. Like they tower over these people. We can't get one to them. One.
The one header, the one in terms of offense, the one header that either one of them got, it was Elliott who put it over the crossbar.
No, it even close.
Well timed jump, just poor header.
And at the end, even at the end when we almost scored, it's just honestly, I think yesterday, on top of us not playing well, the soccer gods just didn't want us to score anymore.
Yeah, they really did.
We're done. We're done.
The amount of times that like the play would develop, and I'm like, this is a goal. And just nothing. I'm literally, I was left like staring at my TV in amazement. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, no, there was a couple chances. There's a couple chances at goal that we just completely just wasted. Mm-hmm. One, and let me tell you, why do we have VAR?
I asked this question before.
I have never in my life seen a clear handball in the box. The ball went the other way, dude. Like it deflected off the hand. You saw the hand flap, and VAR can't see that. That was nowhere near his body. Nowhere. That was out here.
I have a follow-up question to your. Do we know what VAR is for anymore? Is MLS becoming CONCACAF 2.0? Apparently, CONCACAF refs and MLS refs both don't understand the sport, apparently, but yet they're the ones that are doing the officiating.
I just don't know what they look at. I want to
like how much more clear and present evidence do you?
I don't know what you need, dude. I don't know what you need. This is like the most clear face mask I've ever seen in my entire life. Like it's
getting that. I feel like not getting that PK was the tail end of just like the game just being like there. Now the deed is done.
You know because you know you earned it. Like you know that it could. I saw it sitting.
Yeah, there was no
on my couch on my TV, and you at VAR. Listen, I understand VAR. It's newer-ish, right? They didn't have that before, right?
Still,
even the ref, like you saw it, dude. You were right there,
dude. The MLB has gotten doing replays right within 3 years of doing it. The fact that it took 3 years is the problem. The fact that the NFL still can't get it right is a problem. And the fact that it's now coming over to MLS is also a problem. Like England, it's literally like 15 seconds looking, and they're like, "Oh yeah, got it," and they just go and make the call. Here, it's 4.5 minutes of dudes looking at the same thing over and over and going, "I don't know." You do know because it's right there in front of your eyeballs. All you have to do is look and then have your brain fire the neurons to process that this is the call. Let's make the call.
You're not supposed to do that. Yeah, that's right.
Apparently, when VAR comes, your brain just shuts down, dude. Like he leans over to that screen and you just hear the old Windows power off sound.
I wish I had an answer for that just blatant missed call. It just I don't know what I don't know really I want to see what they saw. Like I want to sit there with whoever's watching VAR.
Didn't think what they thought.
No. I want to sit there with the people that review the VAR, watch it with them, and then I want them to tell me what part of that wasn't a handball. Because it wasn't offsides or anything like that. We got the corner.
I can guarantee you that the reasoning behind it that they give you makes zero actual sense. I can assure you.
Nothing that they can tell me.
You will listen to that sentence and feel dumber for having heard it.
Nothing that they can tell me would ever make sense after that play. There are plays, and listen, I get, like, if they're close, you have to go with the call on the field. Like, I get it. There's nothing that anyone can tell me about this play that would change my mind about it. Nothing.
The only way they would not allow it is if your hands are in close to your body. Like, you're trying to make yourself small.
Which happens, and I get it.
This ain't making yourself small, dog. Sorry. Like, how much more clear and obvious do you need to be?
Unbelievable.
Do I look smaller to you? If so,
bro, I would love to just watch VAR for a living, man. It's like I just want to be in a room. I just want to be in there. I just want
to be a fly on the wall one day.
Like, did they change the rules and I forgot to? Maybe I forgot to look. I don't know. Did I forget to look? Did they change the rules?
Literally everyone else did too.
I don't understand it. I don't get it. But you know what? I think, like, I just want to remove this game from my brain. Like, I don't want to think about it anymore. Right now, what is our mentality coming into the Red Bull game coming up?
I feel like your mentality going into facing Red Bull is, and I quote, anything but that.
But knowing Jim, knowing the Union, I mean, we're not really used to come out and just get smacked in the face just back to back. That doesn't typically happen.
There's no situation on earth that you follow up that kind of a performance with one of equal or lesser value. This ain't a BOGO deal, bro.
No, you can't.
This ain't a BOGO. This is now officially you bounce back.
This ain't pay less.
Dude, if you don't, like, as unfortunate as it is to probably say, if you don't bounce back now, you possibly lose top 3, top 4 in this conference, and you may not get it back before the season ends. You may have to go on the road to make your way to MLS.
And then what does that put you? Listen,
it clearly puts us at a disadvantage because we couldn't beat Toronto at BMO Field.
If the Union want to get any kind of distance from the other team, we have to play at home. Like the playoffs, like we have to do everything we can to play at home. We cannot afford to be, and maybe we don't catch Cincy. Maybe Cincy just has the Shield as the number 1 seed locked up. They already clinched the playoffs, right?
Yep, they clinched with their win
right.
Actually on Wednesday night because they played on Wednesday.
Well, maybe they're number 1. Maybe they just they keep the number 1 seed. We can't afford anything less than 2. And when I say we can't afford, I mean for our sake. We want to play in Philly.
I'd be okay with a 3 just because the fact that there's the possibility that Miami could maybe finish 7th. So to not get them in the first round would be good.
Listen, dog, you saw what happened yesterday, right? They're beatable. Okay, if anything, you can tie. Like
and also, did you hear about what Messi did post game?
What did he do?
Left.
I don't tie in the MLS. What is this?
Apparently, he and Inter Miami may get fined because of the fact that he didn't make himself available for media after the match. He just left.
He's like, I don't speak English anyway. I'm not going to talk about this bullcrap.
He was like, what do you want me to talk about? Why?
You tied. Yeah, I don't know how. I play in the MLS. And did you see, funny enough, did you see who Beckham was hanging out with at the beach?
No.
One Luka Modric.
Stop it.
Listen, Lucas, he's still playing really well, high level.
I know, but
He's 38 though. He's 38.
Not in Miami, please.
He's 38 years old. He's 38 years old though. So if he does come to the MLS, because he very well could next year. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised. They're still targeting Suarez, right? They're literally they were like that. You can see them because I saw the pictures. I was like, "There's no way that Lucas leaving Real Madrid." Yeah, he might. He might. But Miami with a full season of all those guys, though, like it's gonna be a problem. And I think Diego, like right now, listen, I know. Listen, if anybody knows how good Messi is, I know how good Messi is. Okay.
Pardon my language, but how fucking funny would it be if they get Modric and then Joseph Martinez on the bench?
Oh, dude, no, he wouldn't be. Modric plays back a little bit. If anything,
they just decide to change the formation to fit Modric, and they just bench him.
I mean, they could. Wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah, but it would just be funny.
Yeah, I guess I would. I mean, I would, 100%.
The money dump that was getting Josef Martinez. And if you're just like, bro,
if they get Suarez, Martinez is sitting down. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And he may not play. He may not play the full game, so you may still be able to see Martinez.
Oh yeah, you would still see.
He might not be starting.
It's just the thought of like the money, what they've done so far to get the team that they have, and the moves they made to fit around to get those three as DP, and then they're gonna just gonna be like, hey, Luis Suarez, Luka Modric, come on in. MLS just gonna be like, okay.
I don't even think about it, to be honest with you. I'm done with it. I'm focusing right now. I'm focusing on New York. I want the Red Bulls, and I want to smack him, dude. I want to come out and we're gonna punch him in the mouth because if I'm the Union, bro. Again, this is another game like this. After we get beat, like I'm mad. Not only did a team beat you, Toronto beat you. Toronto. You gotta be mad. You gotta come out aggressive. You gotta come out firing. You just have to do it. No question. No questions asked.
Yeah, you can't follow up such a solid game coming out of Leagues Cup and then go that flat and then not want blood. Like you can't expect the fan base to not be like, y'all better just destroy New York now. Like, you have to reset the precedent. You have to reset the precedent now.
All right, go then New York. Like, who in New York would you be? Would you say like we gotta watch out for this guy because if he goes off, we're losing this game?
On Red Bull?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe second half super sub Corey Burke.
No, the question is not a damn person. There's nobody on the team unless we're just awful and we're playing just horribly. Nobody on that team scares or remotely think they can take over a game.
Yeah,
I mean,
aside from like John Tolkien has some really good service.
Well, they have some good players. Don't get me. I'm not saying they don't have good players.
No, yeah,
but I don't see Tolkien taking over a game and then him being the reason you lose. Like Miami has Messi, right? Toronto, even Toronto, the times that they win, like Insigne has to play well because that's their guy, right?
Yeah.
New York doesn't have that guy. Like, we barely have that guy because we have a bunch of guys that play well, so we barely have that guy. But New York damn well doesn't have it. What's Cabesa's going to hurt us? First of all, his name is Heads. Nobody named Heads is going to hurt us. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny to think that Corey Burke is the tallest forward they have. He doesn't start.
Well,
the next tallest dude is Tom Barlow, and he also doesn't start.
Well, Corey Burke, he did it here. Like he's not your starting front. I mean, he gets gassed.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So it's not like I said. There's not one person in there that I'm going to say, yeah, okay, we got to watch out for this guy because he might take over the game. Not one. They don't have that guy.
Yeah, no.
It's going to be up to us. It's going to be up to the Philadelphia Union. They're going to be the reason. They're going to be the reason we win. They're going to be the reason when we lose. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's really how it's going to go, and just hope that they come out ready on Sunday because the way you showed up against Toronto was, again, pardon my language, it was piss poor.
Whatever Glesnes has to do to get his head in the game, whatever Elliott has to do to get back to that line, that 4 line that was working so well, whatever they have to do, they better figure it out. They better figure it out fast because we cannot afford to have a bad stretch. We can't. And we have pretty difficult matches coming, right? It's not going to be easy to beat Cincy. It's not going to be easy to beat LA. Although I am looking forward to that game because I won some revenge.
And then after you play LA, there's you got Nashville.
And they're playing well.
Yeah, so you have a stretch of New York Red Bull, Cincinnati, Charlotte, LAFC, Nashville. And then I think you end the season with like DC or New England.
Realistically speaking, that stretch that you just mentioned, what's the record?
Don't make me do this.
I'm going to make you do it.
Why do you do this to me every time?
I like seeing you suffer sometimes.
Then hang out with me every day. What time did do it?
I wasn't expecting that. Oh man, I forgot. Okay, I'm over it.
No. Getting 3 would be ideal. Getting 3 wins would be ideal. But
so, okay, I didn't ask you what would be ideal.
If you're lucky, you're getting 2 wins.
I didn't ask you what would be ideal or what would happen if we get lucky. I asked you, what do you think? You, Austin Hamel, what do you think our stretch is going to be going through Cincy, Charlotte?
1, 3, and 1.
So let's go down the list, right? Red Bull, win, right?
Hopefully, yes. I'm going to be optimistic and say that's our one win.
That's what I think. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think. Red Bull
win. I am being optimistic and saying that's the one win that you get.
That's the one what?
The one win that I'm giving them in the stretch.
Okay, so we got Red Bull with 3, right?
Yep.
Okay, leave 3. Cincy.
No.
I don't think so either. Charlotte.
Nope.
You don't think we beat Charlotte?
No. If we come out flat against Cincy, that's gonna crush us.
Okay, well, Charlotte.
And then you won't know how to respond because Charlotte's a totally different team from everyone else that you've played recently.
That's 2 losses in a row. Then we go to LA, or they come to it, or no, yeah, we go to LA.
Draw.
Okay, so that's 4. We're at 4.
We're at 4 points, and
4
then
points.
and then my other loss is Nashville.
Well, we got Dallas.
Oh, ooh, Dallas is a draw. So then, adding in Nashville, it would be 1, 3, and 2.
Well, then we got Columbus.
Columbus has been good recently too. Columbus is starting to climb.
I think we lose against Columbus, honestly.
I think we lose against Columbus.
Atlanta.
Okay, the rest of I thought we were just talking about the short span.
No. I'm talking about. I want to go through to the
The whole rest of the way.
Yeah, the rest of the so
Atlanta, I want to say you win, but we clearly can't guard Thiago Almada. So I think we lose.
Okay. Nashville.
Draw.
That's okay.
Last home game of the season.
So that's
you hopefully scratch and claw to draw Nashville.
Well, no. Then we got New England to finish it out.
Yeah. Well, New England's on the road, isn't it?
Yeah. No. They're here.
Oh yeah, that's right. It is back-to-back home games to end the season.
No, aren't we at Nashville? We're at Nashville on the 7th.
No, we already played Nashville and Geodis. They come here on the 7th.
No, did they come here? Oh yeah, they come here. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I know.
They come. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, we're at Red Bull. Yeah, we're at Red Bull. No, Red Bull's at home. Home at Red Bull. Home at Cincy. We're away at Charlotte.
New England is away.
Home at LA. Dallas is away. No, Dallas is home. Columbus is away. Atlanta, home again. Nashville's home, and then New England's away. So okay, so the last game, New England. What do we got? New England.
Okay, so I see us beating Red Bull.
So you're 6 points through Nashville. You're 6 points.
And New England. I have 9 points from 3 games in this stretch.
Okay, so 9 points.
I have draws against LA, Dallas, Nashville. That gives us 12.
So 9 points, right?
12 total, counting 3 draws.
Well, hold on. We just went through them. So you have draws with one? With who?
With LA, Dallas, and Nashville.
With LA, Dallas, and Nashville. So 3, 4. So we're at 9.
3 wins.
Who do you got? Okay, let me. I'm writing this down. So what?
Okay, so I have wins against Red Bull.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's okay.
Yeah, and then New England. Yeah.
And then New England. Okay.
And then 3 draws are LA, Dallas, Nashville. So 12 total points in this final run.
Okay, so 12. All right. So we're at 43 points right now.
So that puts us at 55.
Cincy's at 57 right now. Right. So how do you actually feel about fighting for the Shield now that we just went through them? I don't feel good. Do you feel?
No. After this Toronto match, I legitimately felt like I should have went on to there's a Philadelphia Union fan page on Facebook that I'm a part of that brought me into, and I put my article up. Pat put my article up in there, and the one guy was like, talking about the Shield is not realistic, and like now after the Toronto,
it was though. It could have been though. So, we were sitting at 46 points right now, right? Because like they're gonna play for it, right?
Yeah.
So if we were sitting at 46 points right now, and everything fell into place, sure. Now, no, there's no way. Mathematically speaking, yes. Okay.
Now you're sitting at 4th.
Right, exactly my point. Where instead of being number two, because and it's we're only 3 points away from the second seed, so we can definitely still get there, right? But instead of just being there, now we fall back, right? And we lose 3 points. It's actually needed. The Shield itself, realistically, was a big ask. So last week we went through it, and we all agreed that there is an actual chance that we could go for the Shield. That died yesterday, to me. I don't think that happens
anymore. I 100% agree.
And just because of the stretch of matches and the way that we've come out hot, cold against bad teams, against good teams, if we somehow come out and beat Cincy, right? And we come out and then we just go Red Bull, Cincy, Charlotte, and we just go bang, bang, bang. Okay, I'm back.
If we string together 3 going into the MLS Cup final rematch at home,
I'm back. Like I'm back on the train. I'm like, we got it. I just don't.
At that point, the hype train would have no brakes.
Yeah, I just don't believe that it's going to happen. Like I'm hoping with all of me that it happens. I just the soccer mind in me, it tells me that's just not. It's.
Yeah, I feel like
it's very difficult. Let's just put it that way. Very, very difficult.
I feel like if we beat Cincinnati, that is a big momentum shift for us.
Oh, 100%, 100%, and we gain some ground right on them because if they keep winning even if we do keep winning, like we're not gonna catch them. They gotta stall at some point. They gotta stall out, and we have some games. We have a couple games coming up to finish up the season. So again, mathematically speaking, it's not impossible. I just don't see it happen.
Of the teams that you play the rest of the way, I want to say that I think Red Bull, Charlotte, and Toronto, I think, were the only teams that you play the rest of the way that had negative goal differentials. No, sorry, Dallas is -1.
Dallas is. I don't trust Dallas. I don't trust that because Dallas can.
I feel like the numbers lie.
Dallas can put on 3 on you, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, you saw how they went toe to toe with Messi.
Right. So Dallas is very deceiving in terms of numbers. But do you want to hear Cincinnati's road after Philadelphia?
Yeah, let's look into this because I can imagine.
So we have after Philly, Montreal, Charlotte, Toronto, Red Bulls. They do play Miami once at the end of the season. So that might be a loss depending on.
Okay, not a single team with a positive goal differential. Continue.
And then Atlanta United.
It's the only one, and they're at a +8.
What's that?
It's the only team with a positive goal differential. That's
what I'm saying.
They're +8. At this point in the season, they're +8 right now.
So I'm going to say one more time. Mathematically speaking, it's not impossible.
It's just highly improbable.
Highly improbable.
Yeah. And it would literally take nothing short of a miracle to even be sniffing at Supporter Shield by the time the season ends.
We get Jose here. So beating them at Subaru would be a huge mental boost for the team. And of course. Absolutely. I assume you're talking about Cincy. Absolutely. Well, either or. I want to beat LA because I want to beat LA.
Yeah.
Even if we beat Cincy too, though, at you know what I'm saying, like it's still a huge mental boost for these guys.
Oh yeah.
And we can go on a run, but the path for Cincy is significantly easier than the path for the Union.
Well, I mean, you also have to bear in mind Cincy was one of the worst teams in the league last year, so that's probably why their strength of schedule is as good at the tail end of the year.
That doesn't make me so
Jose
good.
saying yes, he was wondering about beating Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's Cincy. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Jose, and it would definitely just kind of change. I think they would change the mentality that they're coming out with, or they may also, they might get a little too confident, like they were Toronto. I don't know. I have no idea.
I actually 100% agree with that, Jose. I think Jesus
So
Ferreira
this is interesting because Ferreira is about to be sold. Where do you see him going though? If you can, if you're listening, Jose, I would love to know that where you see him heading to.
Yeah, I mean, while we wait for him to respond though, if you just win all of your home matches, that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 points. If you just win at home.
Again, you're assuming that since he doesn't win more than one game though.
Exactly. I was going to say in a perfect vacuum of circumstance, Cincinnati loses out. Because 18 points on 43 is 61. You would be 6 points ahead of them just on your home wins.
If that happens,
and then you also have to think you have to play Cincinnati, LA. Like
if that happens,
to go through a bit of a gauntlet.
Since he loses out, and then we somehow I'm going to start questioning things. Like,
if we do all that and then just lose MLS Cup final again,
I'm going to be asking if aliens are walking among us. Like, I'm going to be asking all these questions.
I mean, the government themselves did say that it's a thing.
No, that's true. That's true.
Is anything truly impossible now?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll go.
One of many life's mysteries. Like, to go back to the top of this episode, why do you start Bedoya?
Why?
Someone please explain to us
how
you're like big should win energy.
I'll tell you what, though. I know we're coming we're coming towards the end of the show. Okay, so European interest.
He seems to be quote unquote sick and missing games. Window closes tomorrow. That's right. Tomorrow is the end of the transfer window.
Yeah, it is. And if he's sick, that's a huge part. That's a huge part of it. That's absolutely right. Oh, yeah. A lot of athletes get sick right before they get traded. It's an uncanny disease that you get right before you you're out of here, or you get sold. In this case,
turns out they're allergic to whoopsie daisies.
It's crazy, but yeah. Listen, all right, coming to the end. I'm hoping that we have a good match against New York. Kind of get back on track because we are going to have a brutal match against Cincy. Looking forward to it still, just because I think it's going to be a good game. Wait for Ferreira. Is that what you're saying? Maybe they got money. Why not spend it, right? I'm hoping that it kind of changes our mentality a little bit. If we do get a big win again, we are good at coming back after a game that we just didn't do well and putting on some goals. So I'm hoping I'll be there on Sunday. So I'm hoping that we
on Sunday.
What's that?
I should be there on Sunday.
Yeah. So I'll see you there. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there as a fan, though. I'll be there as a fan. So I'm actually taking the wife over there, so she's sure how to dupe. So it's gonna be fun.
I'm still waiting to hear from them about that. So I'll more than likely hear something tomorrow. The last time.
We'll have to see you there. But listen,
Jose's asking if you need 2 more tickets, dude.
If I need 2 more tickets, it's a section 134. Actually, I might, because I got a couple people coming out. I got a couple friends coming. Anyway, I think they already got tickets though. I might have told them to get them early. They're all in 134. Well, I think Jose's tickets are relatively close to where we usually sit over there though, because he said he was 135.
I felt like he said he's either there. It is. I was going to say either 130 or 140, and it's 140. He said the stewards don't care.
Yeah, that's right. And let me remind everybody too, Labor Day, got a big show, 9 a.m. It's gonna be early, right? So, 140. Yeah. I might reach out to you after the show, Jose. But yeah, Labor Day we have a special show, 9 a.m. We're gonna have. I mean, listen, if you want to do this to yourself and you want to listen to Pat actually speak, like you can. But I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with you, Pat. Yeah, we're gonna have a good show 9 a.m. Labor Day. It's gonna be a special show. That doesn't mean that we're not gonna have a show later on. It's just it's gonna be a reaction to the New York. Hopefully, a good reaction because as much fun as it is to yell in Pat's ear and to him, to be honest with you, or at him more than anything. It will be fun to just
doing it in front of Al feels like brothers fighting in front of dad.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. But I would love to, the reaction to a good game as opposed to what we just had last night. Yeah. So other than that, Austin always.
Jose said, "Okay, not tuning in now. Thanks for the heads up, Gus."
Well, you know what? I just thought about it. I did the show at the service. I'm sorry. I should never mention Pat's name, dude. This is what happens. So Jose, listen, I'll tune him out. Don't worry about it. Just listen to it. It will be fine.
We'll have the audio levels adjusted accordingly.
Yeah, don't forget we have tons of shows here. Tomorrow night, Steel Steps, 10 p.m. You know who doesn't like some wrestling, right? It's always fun.
And with all the stuff that apparently has been like all the word that has been floating around after All In now that surrounding CM Punk and Jack Perry, formerly known as Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy.
Him and apparently there was a small confrontation after that between Punk and Miro, and then apparently CM Punk got into a whole thing with Tony Khan. So like, there's a lot of stuff to like break down now that like more information's coming out about what happened.
Listen, whatever sport, whatever thing you watch, EOP has it, man. We're glad to have everybody that listens.
All the way down to lacrosse, man.
What's that?
All the way down to lacrosse.
Yeah, man. We got everything that you like, and we're always glad that you guys listen. Comment on our shows. We really do. I'm hoping that the Union turn around. We need it. Sunday, I'll be there. Hopefully, duping with the wife. So, Austin, always a pleasure.
Hopefully duping with me in spirit while I'm like about 300 feet away from.
Oh, we're gonna be duping.
oh my, yes.
But
yeah, quite the time.
So we'll leave you guys with a nice word from our sponsors, and you have a good night.
All right, guys, it's time to talk about Sherry's Tickets. Sherry'sTickets.com is easy to use and has no hidden fees. The price you see is the price you pay. Pay less and play more with Sherry'sTickets.com. Save even more by using the exclusive promo code EOP10. That's EOP10. Do not pay hidden fees and save 10%. Why use any other ticket reseller and get those hard-to-come-by tickets to the big game? If you need a more personal touch, give them a call at 610-494-5050. That's 610-494-5050. Sherry'sTickets.com also has great theater and concert tickets that are hard to get your hands on. Remember, do not overpay and save with the best at Sherry'sTickets.com. Save 10% using the promo code EOP10. That's EOP10. You'll thank us later. Sherry'sTickets.com. All right, guys, if you're a Philly sports fan and you want to travel with your favorite team, then travel with the best. Go to PhillySportsTrips.com. They have self-travel packages and full travel packages available with round-trip flights from the Philadelphia airport. Packages include direct flights, 4-night stays, all-inclusive tailgate parties, lower-level group tickets. Whatever you want, you got it with PhillySportsTrips.com. If you want to travel to an upcoming Phillies game, make sure you check out Philly Sports Trips. And do not forget, Philly Sports Trips has all the away trips for the Eagles' upcoming 2023 season. Jump on it now, because you do not want to lose out on all these great opportunities. Go to PhillySportsTrips.com. All right, guys, let's talk about Cherry Law Firm. If you get hurt at work in a motor vehicle accident, personal injury, or affected by criminal law, you got to call David R. Cherry of the Cherry Firm. call 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Let David R. Cherry fight for your rights. Again, that number is 610-565-0300. That's 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Let David R. Cherry fight for your right. All right, guys, when you're staying local and you want to watch a great game or just hang out with some great people, make sure to go to Dolan's Bar at 24 East Sellers Avenue at Ridley Park. Right off of I-95, south of Philadelphia Airport, Dolan's Bar is the place to be. Great music, great times, memorabilia giveaways, great drinks, and even better food. You never know when a former Philly sports icon walks through the door. You got to go to Dolan's, 24 East Sellers Ave at Ridley Park. Tell PJ that EOP sent you. Go to dolansbar.com or follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or even TikTok. We'll see you there for the game.